let's look at scale drawings and how ratio works on those. So on a map, you will see ratio shown in a couple of forms, but the main one is something like this. And if you look at the map that's shown, you'll see that I think it's 1 to 400,000 or something like that. And what that allows us to do is to draw a diagram of something, in this case a map, but it could be the diagram of a house, plan, or something like that. And whatever you measure, you can then use the ratio to show what that would look like in real life. So for example, if you were drawing a house plan and you measured 1 centimetre on that house plan, you could then relate that 1 centimetre to the one here in the ratio, and then in real life it'll be 20 times that, okay? And the same works with a map, okay? So all you need really is some accurate measurement, and then from there the ratio will give you at least a pretty close approximation of what the actual real life measurement would be. Let's have a map has a scale of 1 to 20,000, and we measure 2 centimetres on that map, okay? So what we can do here is that we can multiply that 2 by the 20,000, and that will give us obviously 40,000 as our answer, okay? Now, one of the things that we'd want to be able to do is to turn that into a meaningful statement. So in a lot of these instances, you'll be asked to turn your centimetre measurement into another measurement that's more realistic to what you're measuring in real life. So in this case, we're going to convert it to either metres or kilometres, and we can use this particular scale to do that. And so if we're converting it from, here's our 40,000, and we're going to divide it by 100 to get it to metres. So that's going to give us 400 metres as our answer. And if we were going to go to kilometres, it would have been 40,000, okay, divided by 100,000. Okay, so that's 40,000. 40,000 divided by 100,000, and that's going to give you 0.4 of a kilometre. And of course, our 100 here from centimetres to metres is because centimetres to metres is, there's 100 centimetres in a metre, and divided by 100,000 because 100,000 centimetres in a kilometre. Okay, and you can use that table in order to follow that up. Okay, let's have a look at some other examples. Okay, so here we have 5 millimetres. So again, same process. You multiply by the 20,000 from the scale here, and then that will give you 100,000 millimetres. And then we want to convert that to metres. So it's 100,000. Okay, and in this case, we're going from millimetres back to metres, so it's divide by 10 to get to centimetres, and then divide by 100, okay? So it's effectively divide by 1,000, okay? And that will get us back to our measurement here, which would be equal to 100 metres, okay? Okay, so here we're looking at 14.3 centimetres, again multiplied by the 20,000 here, that's part of this scale, okay? And that'll take us to 286,000 centimetres, okay? And now we want to express that as kilometres. So it's our 286, okay? And we're going to change that from centimetres into kilometres. So to go from centimetres, we need to divide by 100,000. So it's divide by 100 to get from centimetres to metres, divide by 1,000 from metres to kilometres. So divide by 100,000, okay? And then that will do the conversion. So it's 2.86 kilometres. And so for each of these questions, you can see how when you do your initial conversion, you end up often with quite a large number that doesn't have a lot of meaning to it because of the size of the number compared to the measurement being used. But once you do the conversion to a more appropriate measure, that becomes more sensible in terms of you can imagine what 2.86 kilometres looks like compared to imagining what 286,000 centimetres looks like.